going into an unknown place by yourself. You don't know what to expect there. You do know that you're going to face opposition when you get to this place or do this thing. I mean, we may not be going to a physical place. We may just be doing a thing that God has called us to do that we know that we're supposed to do, but we're going to face opposition when we get there, and we're going to have to fight, or we're going to have to work, or something is going to be hard. And that's bad enough. But then on top of that being bad enough, you just don't even really know what to expect. And so I was thinking about it in the terms of a physical place, and like, you know, a whole bunch of kids standing around, you know, like you're out exploring, you see something and you're like, oh, I want to know what's inside or whatever. But you're thinking, but I don't want to go in because I'm scared. I don't know what I'm going to find there. And I just had this scenario playing out in my mind because I'm feeling that this is probably what these people would be feeling, and why Moses is telling this, because, you know, you've got kids and it's like, oh, I wonder what's inside there. Go see. You go check that out. And then it's like, I'm not going in there. You go in there. And then it's like, okay, well, I'll go if you go. And it's like, well, maybe I'll go if all of us go, you know, and so everybody's like intimidated to go in. And then you have a dad come up, see this, and he's like, I'll go in, I'll check it out, I'll make sure everything's fine. And then he goes in and he looks around and he clears all the obstacles out of the way, and he looks to see what's dangerous and what's not. And then he calls them in, you know, and then maybe one person is like kind of the leader, and he says, yeah, okay, I'll peek around the corner, you know. And then the dad's like, come here, look, this is what you don't need to mess with. This can hurt you. This over here, isn't that neat? You can touch that. These are the things. And then all the rest of them follow. And I think that's what Moses is telling the people, is that, no, I'm not going to be there with you, but God, the Father, who knows all the things, he's going to go before you. He's going to check out all the land, and he's going to make sure everything is in its place and ready for you when you get there. And so you don't have to be afraid. He's preparing the way before you. And then he's going to lead Joshua, that one little boy that he takes by the hand, and he's going to say, this is what you do. And then Joshua is going to gather all the rest of them and say, come on, this is what we're doing. And so I thought, well, that's more comforting, right? If you know that your dad is already looked at it all and he's checked it all out and everything's fine, and he's taking somebody by the hand and he's saying, you know, come on. And then you know that your dad and that older brother, they're okay. And so you're like, okay, I can go in. And I think that that's what he's doing here with them. And so I just kind of wanted us to go through like what it must have been like for them, and how important it is to have God there to lead the way, to show us the way to go, and that we don't have to be afraid as long as we are following him. When we have to be afraid is when we go off and wander and go into the woods and the caves and all the things without the dad checking it all out beforehand, without, you know, somebody there to protect us.